Bless you and welcome again to my channel, The Secret Place TV. Today I want to encourage you with this word. The greatest investment you will ever make in the life of your child or your children is not just to send them to school. It's okay for a child to go to school. It's not just to provide food and shelter and clothing for them. I think that we are living in a society that is a reflection of our families and a reflection of home training. I think we need to pay more attention to how we raise our children. The Bible said, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he grows, he will not depart from it. And I want to say that the child does not have option but to listen and to go the way that you want them to go. Let me say this again. The Bible said, train up a child in the way he should go, not the way he wants to go, not the way the internet wants him to go, not the way his peers and friends in school, on the street wants him to go, not the way that Instagram or Facebook or TikTok wants him to go, not the way, I'm about to shock you, not the way that the government wants him to go, but the way he should go according to the will of God. That when that child grows up, he will not depart from it. I want to share this personal experience with you. When I was growing up, my father, my parents, they paid attention to morning prayers. So when you wake up in the morning in my family, 5 a.m., you have to go for morning prayers, family prayers. Before you go to bed at night, we have to pray as a family. Now, when my father was laying that foundation, I was not born again. I was stubborn, I was naughty, I was the black sheep of the family, I was a bully in school, I was notorious as a child growing up. But something happened because he consistently, even though I was a bad child, he was sowing the seed. He kept sowing the seed. He kept sowing the seed. He didn't stop sowing the seed. He was disciplining me. He will apply discipline and love, advice, counsel. Sometimes he comes to school to ask the teachers about me. And of course, it's always bad report. I was taking the last position in school. I was the notorious child in primary school and the whole of primary school. I was a bad child. But he did not give up on me. He was sowing the seed. Now let me tell you something. How I got born again, how I gave my life to Christ. When my father went to be with God, a family friend, a pastor, he's a pastor, he came to our house and he said that he wants to borrow a Christian movie that my father had. My father, he buys a lot of Christian movies. So that Christian movie is called The Burning Hell. Most of you know Burning Hell is an old movie. So he borrowed it and said he's going to organize a crusade. So he organized the crusade and he invited me to the crusade. I went for the crusade, September 29th, 1997. I was a teenager. It was that movie that led me to Christ. It was the same movie that my father bought, that somebody borrowed. And I went for the crusade. He was showing the movie at the crusade. And I broke down and I gave my life to Christ. I want to tell you, don't stop sowing the seed. It might look like the child is not listening. It might look like the child is not following. But keep sowing the seed. Keep talking to the child. Most importantly, keep praying for your children. Sow the seed. It will grow. The Bible said you should sow your seed in the morning, but do not withhold your hand in the evening, because you don't know the one that will grow and be a harvest. So keep sowing the seed. Pray for your children. I also want to say this before I close. You see, the greatest attack against the church, against the society today, is against children. Whenever the devil destroys a marriage, the attack is against the children. Whenever you see divorce, the attack is against children. From the Bible, the devil began to attack children. When Moses was born, Pharaoh commanded his soldiers to kill all the children of his age. When Jesus was born, Herod commanded his soldiers to slaughter all the children of his age. The devil is always after the children. Let me say this to parents. The devil is not after you. He's after your child. If you are having problems and crises with your spouse in your marriage, if your marriage is threatened for a separation or divorce, the attack is not against you. The devil doesn't need you for anything. You have lived half of your life. The devil doesn't need you for anything. He's attacking your seed. The Bible said that the devil went after the seed of the woman. When Lucifer was cast out of heaven, he went after the seed of the woman, the dragon. The Bible says he went after the seed of the woman. The devil is always after children. And that is why the government is trying to make it legal for same sex to marry. A man can marry a man, a woman can marry a woman, so they won't have children. So they are making it legal for people to commit abortion, so there will be no children. So every attack of the enemy is against children. The devil hates children because the destiny of a child has not been revealed. So the devil is scared. He's afraid of what a child would be. When I was 16 years old, my mother told me a story. She said when she was pregnant with me, she was bleeding for 6 months. Yeah, she was bleeding, and she went to the hospital, and the doctor told her there was no hope, that the child would not make it. She went home and sat on the pool of her blood, shut the door, and she began to pray. And she began to cry out to God. And she said, Father, give me this child, and I will give him back to you. That was when I was named Emmanuel, and God named me, spoke to my mother, said, name him Emmanuel. He shall be my prophet. That was how I was born. And that's why I'm preaching the gospel, because my mother gave me to God. I want to encourage parents today, train your children the right way. I don't care how successful you think you are. If your child is not going the way of the Lord, let me just shake your belief. Let me just shake the table a little bit. I don't care how much you train. I don't care how much you spend to train your child in school. You can send the child to the best school. If the child does not have a godly foundation, they will be misled. If a child does not have a godly foundation, that child may be misled. With all their education, with all the degrees or whatever certificates they get, the devil will still mislead them because they don't have foundation in God. The best gift you can ever give your children is to lead them to Christ. Intentionally lead them to Christ. All right? And let them see you serve God. Let your children see you go to church, committed in church, read your Bible, fellowship with your spouse. I told someone, the easiest way to teach your children, or the easiest way to teach children, is to love your spouse. Love your spouse, obey your spouse, submit to your spouse, take care of your spouse. Let them see the love flowing between you. When children see a healthy marriage at home, you are laying a good foundation for them. When your child sees father and mother, when they see daddy and mommy, they are in peace. They are not quarreling. They are not fighting. They are praying together. They are fellowshipping together. There is peace and happiness at home. That child will take that mindset to the society, and he will take that mindset to school, and he will be a peaceful person. Most children who came out from a crisis-filled family, they are troublesome. They take war, battle everywhere they go. When they get married, they believe that marriage is about fighting because their father and mother, they were fighting at home. So they copied it. They believe that the only way to do marriage is to fight, to have issues. So please, let's lay good foundation for our children. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he grows, he will not depart from it. Discipline the child if you have to. All right? And let me say this before I end this video. If your child has access to internet, you need to find out what they are doing on internet. If your child has a phone or electronic device and they are on internet, find out what they are doing. Because some children are already addicted to pornography, and the parents don't know that their children are watching pornography, that their children are into masturbation. You need to find out, what is my child doing on internet? What is this child doing? When my child enters his room and shut the door and lock it, what is my child doing in the room by himself or herself? You need to find out, right? If someone is living under your roof as your child, you need to have control over them. They don't have control over you. You have control over them. You show them the way to go. A child you don't train today will torment you tomorrow. I want you to go with this comment. A child you don't train today, that child will put you to shame tomorrow, torment you, and cause trouble for you tomorrow. You have to put your feet on the ground and train your children, discipline them to respect people and to do what they are supposed to, take responsibility and do the right thing, right? And that child will make you proud tomorrow. Most importantly, lead your children to Christ. God bless you.